Good morning. Average wages have been rising at their fastest rate for decades, but they've failed to keep up with the soaring cost of living. We'll get the latest figures this morning, and I'll explain what they tell us.
Punched, headbutted and spat at, hundreds of grassroots referees in England say that they fear for their safety on the pitch.
Good morning. Liverpool return to their winning ways. They beat Everton in a dominant derby display, with Jurgen Klopp insisting they have regained their identity.
The front pages of today's papers, and some front pages carry a story we have just been talking about just right now. Those objects seen over the United States. Daily Mail quotes Prime Minister Rishi Sunak saying the UK's armed forces are also ready to shoot down Chinese spy balloons.
As we said, there's a lot of fun around this too. The Daily Star has a bit more of a whimsical take on the developments in the US, saying we can't rule out aliens. It includes an image of perhaps the world's best known extraterrestrial, E.T., reaching out to his family. I love that.
I'm not sure.
Is that you, Mum?
Yeah. Meanwhile, The Sun focuses its attention on the current cost of living crisis, reporting that as people in the UK struggle with rising prices, an energy firm has flown 100 reps to a paradise island on an all-expenses-paid trip.
Consort Camilla has cancelled all her public engagements after testing positive for COVID. OK, time for our first look at today's front pages. The front of the Eye looks at pressures on the Chancellor Jeremy Hunt to boost defence spending or risk, in its words, failing to deter Putin. Daily Mail also addresses defence questions with its headline, Rishi, RAF are ready to shoot down spy balloons. That's the same story on the front of the Telegraph. Police use of Chinese drones risks UK security, it says. Sarah Everard's killer pleads guilty to charges of indecent exposure. The front of The Guardian says police missed chances to arrest Wayne Couzens as sex offender suspects. The Times claims an exclusive exposed, it says, the secret plot to sink tougher sewage rules. Overseas bets on Vodafone mounters. Liberty Global takes a £1.2 billion stake. That's the front of the FT today. The Metro leads on family tributes to 16-year-old Brianna Jai, who was stabbed to death in a park in Cheshire on Saturday. Their headline, strong, fearless, one of a kind. The front of the Sun looks at energy company Utility Warehouse, which has reportedly sent 100 reps on an all-expenses-paid trip to the Maldives during the cost of living crisis. Headline on the Mirror quotes, recently released convicted murderer, I am not a threat to victim's lover, it says. Now, if you want to see any of those front pages again, or indeed read the stories, then do scan the QR code on your screen.